Hi, guys.
Sure.
Yeah.
You
Shabbos.
don't get to see everything.
Yeah.
Hi, Judy.
Hi, Maureen. Hi, Vivian.
Hi, Halperns.
Hello.
Shabbos.
Hello, hello.
Judy.
Good Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat
Watch
shalom.
alone.
Shabbat shalom.
Where are the Kritzers? Are they at home or they?
Kritzers, are you north or south?
Hi, Barb.
Who said that? What?
Kritzers, you're on mute. There you go.
There we go. We've been home since the middle of May. And
Oh,
you
okay.
left Florida at the right time.
We just came home on
I know
Saturday.
coronavirus is spiking there and there's not enough room in the hospitals. Ah,
Yep.
All
I
right,
know, we
folks,
got out
are-
of Dodge at the right
so
time.
Shabbat shalom. We are going to begin.
Hi, Debbie and Donnie.
Hi, Ann, I hear you.
I always feel really guilty muting everyone just in the middle of sentences and whatnot. But it's good to see everyone. Shabbat shalom, and welcome to our special Shabbat service. As I mentioned before, tonight we will celebrate the installation of our 2020-2021 5780, 5781 Board of Directors. We look forward to doing that a little bit later in the service. And we also will mark and remember a little bit later in the service with a poem from Langston Hughes, this anniversary of the Emancipation Proclamation reaching Texas with Juneteenth. And of course, we get into Father's Day weekend. So we wish a happy Father's Day in advance to everyone, for those who are fathers. And we also think especially of those who may be missing their fathers this year, or their husbands this particular time as well, knowing that it's not always easy for everyone. So it is, but nevertheless, it is good to be here. We're going to begin our service with the singing of Psalm 96, which you can find on page 344 or 648, called Shir Chadash. It's the third song down the page.
Sing unto God, all the earth, a new song. I will sing unto God a new song. Sing unto God and will not sing aloud. All the earth, a new song unto God. Sing unto God, all the earth, a new song. I will sing unto God a new song. Sing unto God and will not sing aloud. All the earth, a new song unto God. We will sing unto God a new song.
As we continue to sing, we welcome the Sabbath bride with music and melody, the words of Lecha Dodi. We'll sing together tonight verses 1 and 9. You can find it on page 20 or page 138. And it looks like we are welcoming Jackie to join us. This is a benefit. You see, we've got two voices tonight. Welcome. Welcome, good to have you. Pages 20 and 138.
Lecha Dodi, Likrat adodi likrat kala beni Shabbat likavela lekadodi likrat kala beni Shabbat likavela.
What is there now?
On page 27 or 145, the Kavanah before Baruch Hu. Teach me, O God, a blessing, a prayer on the mystery of a withered leaf, on ripened fruit so fair, on the freedom to see, to sense, to breathe, to know, to hope, to despair. Teach my lips a blessing, a hymn of praise, as each morning and night you renew your days. Lest my day be today as the one before, lest routine set my ways. Turn the page for Baruch Hu. The two prayers before Shema begin with the universal, referring to God who creates this universe in which we live, changing the season one to the next. Then it goes to the more particular, the prayer for the gift of Torah given to the Jewish people and those who accept it with love. And then it's narrowed down to the essence of our faith, the 6 words of Shema Yisrael. So I invite us just to perhaps close our eyes, take a couple of deep breaths in and out as we begin to focus on each word as we sing together Shema Yisrael.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Le'olam Aved.
We continue with the chanting of Ve'ahavta on the next.
Pages 36 and 154.
Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha bechol levavcha uvechol nafshecha uvechol me'otecha ve'hayu הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך, ודיברת בם בשבתך ובביתך, ובלכתך בדרך, ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אדוני אלוהיכם אמת.
Before we sing the Noah Aronson interpretation of Micha Mocha, which is on pages 39 or 157, I think at this time when we celebrate and mark our ancient Israelites, brothers and sisters, freedom from slavery in Egypt, take a few moments to share a poem written much more recently, marking a period in our nation's history in which the end to formal slavery was finally realized in 2.5 years after the Emancipation Proclamation was signed. And yet in so many ways, different forms of enslavement continue, different forms of oppression. So I want to share excerpts from this poem by Langston Hughes called Let America Be America Again. After I read this, I will put the link to the full poem in the chat box. Let America be America again. Let it be the dream it used to be. Let it be the pioneer on the plain, seeking a home where he himself is free. America was never America to me. Let America be the dream the dreamers dreamed. Let it be that great, strong land of love, where never kings connive nor tyrants scheme, that any man be crushed by one above. It was never America to me. Oh, let my land be a land where liberty is crowned with no false patriotic wreath, but opportunity is real and life is free. Equality is the air we breathe. There's never been equality for me, nor freedom in this homeland of the free. Say, who are you that mumbles in the dark? And who are you that draws your veil across the stars? I am the poor white fooled and pushed apart. I am the Negro bearing slavery's scars. I am the red man driven from the land. I am the immigrant clutching the hope I seek and finding only the same old stupid plan of dog eat dog, of mighty crush the weak. I am the young man full of strength and hope, tangled in that ancient endless chain of profit, power, gain, of grab the land, of grab the gold, of grab the ways of satisfying need, of work the men, of take the pay, of owning everything for one's own greed. Oh, let America be America again, a land that never has been yet, and yet must be a land where every man is free. The land that's mine, the poor man's, Indians, Negroes, me, who made America, whose sweat and blood, whose faith and pain, whose hand at the foundry, whose plow in the rain, must bring back our mighty dream again.
Standing on the parted shores of history, we still believe what we were taught, that Ever we stood at Sinai's foot, that forever we go, it's eternally Egypt. But there's a better place, a promised land, and the winding way of that promise passes through the wilderness. That there's no way to get from here to there, except by joining hands, marching together, singing yai, lai, 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 lai,
On page 47 or 165. Prayer invites God's presence to suffuse our spirits, God's will to prevail in our lives. Prayer may not bring water to parched fields, nor mend a broken bridge, nor rebuild a ruined city. But prayer can water an arid soul, mend a broken heart, rebuild a weakened will. We'll enter into our time of silent prayer together. We'll enter in with music, of course, as we sing the words of Adonai Sifatai Tiftach. Afterwards, I'll invite you to pray the words of our tradition between pages 46 and 60, actually 62, which correspond to pages 164 through 180 in the single version. You can simply just take some time to close your eyes and meditate, focus on a word or the breath, or read the English, or do whatever you need to do to connect to God, to the Spirit above at this time. We'll enter in together.
Adonai Satai Tipta Adonai Satai Tipta Upiagid Tehilatecha Upiagid Tehilatecha Adonai Satai Tipta Adonai Satai Tipta Upiagid Tehilatecha Upiagid Tehilatecha.
take a few moments now to think about our friends and family members, those who are battling illness of body or mind or spirit, those illnesses which may be chronic or may be recent. We lift up their names as we prepare to pray for them with the words of Mishaberach. As we do, if you would like to share the name of someone, we invite you to put the person's name in the chat box, and I will read the names. Afterwards, if we missed anyone, I'll have Becky just go around the room and just have those folks unmute themselves and share the name. So just give me a moment to catch up with the names as you put them in. This Shabbat, we ask for healing of body, mind, and spirit. Randy Fair, Richard Dutkin, Mark Spicer, Bob Austin, Dov Novick, Ariel Novick, Brandon Rabinowitz, Linda Rawitz, Flory Krivet, Flora Day, Nancy Cohen, Bill Weissman, Don Yellen, Mike Mustala, Katrina Brannigan, Nancy Cohen, Holton Weingrad, Sally Marriott, Karen Levenberg, Laura Chris, Gary Nankin, Richard Kaplan, Susan Weinrip, Donna Spector, Elizabeth Summers, Phyllis Spitz, Sherry Katz, Terry Bookman, Rabbi Terry Bookman, Leonard Hests, Gary Luck, Carolyn Austin, Sue Gates, Harry Tankin, Harvey Slutsky, Marilyn Dannenberg, Joan Woodland, Barbara Rosenberg, Donna Albanese, Jim Harper, Bill Falkowitz, Sue Wallace, Kenny Rosen, Lou Fleischer or Fisher, Lou Fleischer, Mark Walker Esteban, Lazar, Gary Knight, Melody Ashby, Kim Hyman, Rita Levin, Blanche Rackety, Barbara Polonsky, Dina Steinberg, Josie Rosenthal, Stephanie Altman, Jill Ostro. I'm going to invite Becky to survey the screens and see if anyone else needs to add a name. If you do, just put your hand up in front of the screen and Becky will call on you.
I think we're good, Rabbi.
I see Harriet. Harriet?
Okay.
Rose Paley and Barbara Paley Cohen.
And I see Dara Dayan as well.
Dara, you can unmute yourself and say the name.
There's also Ann Pollock has her hand up.
Okay.
Unmute Ann.
Jackie Swartz and Diane Greenberg.
Dara.
Yeah, Audrey Winston and Larry Dayan.
Rabbi Rob Nosenchuk. For all those named and those whose names we continue to hold in our hearts, and especially the names of the members of our community whose names are on this will be on the screen, we pray for healing and renewal of body and mind and spirit.
May the source of strength, who bless the ones
So a few words of Torah that are connected to our board installation that will lead into the formal installation process with some blessings, some words of recognition, some prayers, some celebration, all those good things. Shabbat Shalom. We tend to live in a world of binary feelings. You're either happy or sad, optimistic or pessimistic, calm or panicked, hopeful or fearful. Now, while I prefer to live in a world that is more fluid, this week's Torah portion, Shlach Lecha, speaks to the binary experiences of our ancient Israelite ancestors. Now, the book of Numbers, as I've taught earlier, lives in this world, this binary world of order and chaos. And this week, we remain in chaos. God tells Moses to send 12 scouts to reconnoiter the promised land. Yes, they were that close. And they were instructed to bring back reports. The text reads, "Go up to there in the Negev and into the hill country and see what kind of country it is. Are the people who dwell in it strong or weak, few or many? Is the country in which they dwell good or bad? Are the towns they live in open or fortified?" You see, even God's instructions to the scouts are binary. Now, the scouts brought back their report. "We came to the land you sent us to. It does indeed flow with milk and honey, and this is its fruit." And they returned with a cluster of grapes so large that it had to be carried on a frame by 2 people. But yet, this is where things turn sour. With one word, the word ephes. Translated oftentimes as however, the word ephes is also the number 0. And by saying ephes, the scouts negate any of the good and potential of the land and replace it with fear and doubt. However, the people who inhabit the country are powerful and the cities are fortified and the men are of great size. We look like grasshoppers to ourselves, so we must have looked to them. The entire Israelite community, upon hearing this report from 10 of the 12 scouts, went into panic mode. They could not envision a bright and successful future. They could not envision farming on a land so rich and so fertile that it would grow enormous state fair contest-sized fruits and vegetables. No, they saw only the difficulties and the challenges. They could not see the opportunity. Only 2 of the 12, Joshua and Caleb, believed that they could enter the land successfully and conquer it. After all, God promised to lead them into the land. Wouldn't God be by their side at all times? 10 of the 12 couldn't see past the size of the men who inhabited the land. And the punishment? 38 additional years of wandering until the entire generation that left Egypt, except for Joshua and Caleb, until that entire generation died and a new generation born into freedom replaced them. This text is quite appropriate to draw upon on this night of installation. It shows us exemplary leadership in the model of Joshua and Caleb. They were positive, optimistic, hopeful. They knew there would be challenges, but they were not afraid to confront them. The portion also shows us poor and myopic leadership. 10 leaders unable to overcome their fear and doubt, seeing only the negatives, who then shared their fear and grave concerns with everyone irresponsibly in a manner that created more chaos and initiated panic among the people. Here at Shir Me, we look to the exemplars. In a few moments, we will install our 2021 5780-5781 Board of Directors. We say goodbye and thank you to Melissa Kaplan, Nancy Green, Joanna Holtzman, and Wendy Lebovic, whose terms of service have concluded. We welcome Jason Hart, Mark Luber, Ellen Rawitz, and Brandon Weiss to join the 11 others who have been leading us since this time last year. And for all our entire board of directors, the continuing and our new members, I'm excited to work with you individually and collectively as we continue this very strange journey on which we find ourselves right now. When all of our new board members agreed to help lead our congregation in sacred partnership with our professionals, with all of our board members actually, I don't think any of them signed on for this. During preliminary discussions with them, I doubt any were asked about their life experiences that would help lead us through a pandemic. However, over the last several weeks, I have seen just how forward-thinking, creative, and yes, even optimistic all of them can be, especially when led and inspired by the most optimistic yet realistic among them, our president, John Stevens. They are imagining what Shira Me will look like online, in person, and as a hybrid of both when we come back together throughout the summer, fall, and beyond. Now, at this moment in time, we could easily slip into panic mode. Anyone who sits on the board of a nonprofit, including our synagogue board, knows full well the challenges of leading through COVID-19. However, true and visionary leaders are also able to recognize the opportunities and new possibilities that continue to emerge. I have full faith and confidence in this group of 15 extraordinary men and women. They continue to lead us to our promised land, where yes, some challenges and threats loom large, but where possibilities for reimagining and reinventing the modern day synagogue are limitless. They approach each challenge and situation with creativity, wisdom, courage, and faith that can mitigate even the greatest potential threats. The negative reports of the 10 scouts led to 38 years of wandering through the desert wilderness. Had the Israelites listened to Joshua and Caleb, their outcome would have been very different. As our incoming board of directors continues to lead us, may each board member be inspired by the example of Joshua and Caleb. May they look for new opportunities to advance our mission and vision. May they lead calmly and rationally. May they be optimistic and hopeful. May they use their creativity to help us flourish. May they be willing to take risks to help us succeed. Above all, may they lead us to a new promised land of Shira Me, where opportunities remain limitless. Mazal Tov to our 2021 5780, 5781 Shira Me Board of Directors. May we all go from strength to strength. Amen. So we're going to move into our installation ceremony here, which involves some of our board members. And I am remiss that, and maybe Becky, you can help me, is that I had assigned parts to most folks. And I'm wondering, is Faith Bowers with us tonight?
I do not see her, but I will double check.
Okay.
I think
If
she's out of town.
Okay, if Faith is not with us, and I apologize but I think I've seen everyone else here. If Faith is not here, I'm going to ask the part that says Faith Bowers. I think I saw Jeff Eater here, is that right? If Jeff Eater can read the part that says Faith Bowers, I'm gonna put this on the screen. There's a part for some individuals to read, for me to read, some individuals to read, for John to read. Cantor Kolbrenner and Rabbi Goldberg and I will conclude with Birkat Kohanim, with Cantor Kolbrenner singing the blessings and Rabbi Goldberg and I sharing the English translation. And then after that, we'll invite John Stevens to share a few words. I'm gonna share the screen now. And a second here. And those who are reading, please unmute yourselves so we can just go through these really quickly, and then mute yourself when you're done. Who from our congregation must we emulate to be a leader of this sacred congregation?
Let us be like Moses, the stutterer, able to rise above our own shortcomings because we are stirred by inner passion.
Jason, you still there? Ellen Rawitz, can you read Jason Cohen's line?
Here, Rabbi, I'm there.
There you go. Oh, there. Okay.
I was using my phone.
Sorry.
I was using my phone because
Okay, that's okay. Do you have it?
the internet. I'll read it again.
Okay.
Let us be like Deborah the prophetess, able to forge alliances between prophetess and warrior for the common goal of glorifying God's name.
Let us be like Jethro, the Midianite priest, who teaches Moses that leadership shouldn't be a solitary undertaking. We accomplish best when many uphold the vision.
Let us be like Nakshan, who plunges into the Red Sea to split the waters. It takes faith and full commitment to accomplish the miraculous.
Let us be like Abraham, able to see that which is unseeable and bring it to fruition for our people.
Let us be like the Israelite men and women of the wilderness who created the Mishkan, the traveling tabernacle for God's presence, with the gifts of their heart. They beautified the Mishkan with their gold and silver, linen and yarn, precious stones. Yet the Mishkan was built not with gifts alone, but with love.
Of all the prophets and sages, the men and women of our past, mostly we pray, let us be like Elijah. In the cluttering noise of our everyday, let us always hear the still small voice of God.
Let us say together, Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Our ancestors wandered in the wilderness until they stood at Sinai and entered into the covenant with God, pledging, Nahaseh v'nishma, we shall do and we shall listen. In each of us there is a desert of doubt. In each of us too, a mountaintop of spirit, a reach, a hope, a dream of what can be for our people and our faith. We who have accepted the positions of leadership are called upon to do so and hearken. And I ask you now to pledge your heart and mind and spirit to the tasks which lie ahead.
Board members, if you could please unmute yourselves and please read together.
We pledge with all our strength
To accept
upon ourselves
the responsibilities of leadership.
Our
Help
and
Guidance.
We will turn
to our history,
people
and to the
trust we ask.
Trust we ask.
represent.
dreams
Represent.
represent.
We seek to
Seek to
fulfill
fulfill the best that is
That is within us, and to
Share
share
Share with others
our energy
and
vision.
and vision
our passion and commitment.
and commitment.
We
Dedicate
dedicate
ourselves
ourselves to these duties
These
with
duties
fear or
fear
favor.
or favor
and with
Yielding
unyielding
and yielding
integrity.
integrity.
This is
our
our pledge,
pledge,
upon which
On which we ask God's blessing.
Amen.
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 Give me one moment to bring the sacred object to be part of this blessing.
Wow, we just walked through that wall. Oh. Wow.
I wish I could have each of you hold this sacred Torah, our sacred Torah, but I will hold it on your behalves and share this blessing. Holy One of blessing, bestow your blessing on these leaders who have been elected to serve our congregation. Instill in them insight and understanding, perseverance, as well as patience. Inspire them to work together in pursuit of our community's greatest aspirations, even as they watch over its daily needs. Oh God, we are thankful for the dedication and giving spirit that bring these men and women before you, prepared to devote their energies to your services and to the benefit of all. Grant success to their endeavors and help them to lead us in the pursuit of our sacred mission. Let us invoke upon you the ancient blessing of our tradition.
Yivarechecha Adonai ve'yishmerecha.
May God bless you and keep you.
Yaher Adonai panav elecha v'chuneka.
God's light shine upon you, and may God be gracious to you.
Isa Adonai panavilecha le'asem lecha shalom. Shalom.
And may God bestow upon you many gifts of vision, of courage, of wisdom, of faith, and above all, the gift of peace.
Amen.
Amen. Let's sing Shehechianu. Renee? Oh, are you ready?
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shehechianu v'kimanu v'higianu lazman hazeh.
Mazel tov to all of our members of our board of directors. And we look forward to celebrating and being together in person soon. I'm glad we were able to provide this as well. I'd like to turn the bima or the screen over to our president, John Stevens. I'll share some words.
There I am. I hit the unmute button.
There you go.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Happy Juneteenth, happy Erev Summer, and happy Erev Father's Day. I'm grateful that our community is together to celebrate Shabbat. But first, my unusual announcements, and then a couple of years on this year's installation. Tomorrow, Shabbat celebrations continue with Hevra Torah with the cantor. I imagine she will have her able accompany us with her perhaps tomorrow morning as well. Jackie, we are glad you're here. And tomorrow evening, we will celebrate consecration and Havdalah from 5 to 6:30 at night. Mazel tov to Ezra Briskin, Kira Del Senor, Jessica Firestone, Brady Klein, Logan Safer, Kara Silverman, and Isabella Stein. Let's all celebrate their confirmation as a community tomorrow evening. And that will come to you in a Zoom room near you. Announcements for spiritual growth. We are still looking for a couple of we still have a couple of openings for our teachings during the summer. Please be in contact with the rabbi. If you have something to share, we would love to learn from you. Again, let me remind all of you that we have meditation sessions at a variety of times with a variety of leaders on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday next week. There is a convenient time for you. Making an impact, save the date. Monday, the 29th, will be a blood drive in Shalom Hall, one of the first events that we will have back in our synagogue. Really excited to announce the Tikkun Olam Shir Open Task Force is sponsoring a t-shirt design competition to promote our belief and our objective to achieve racial justice. We'd really love to have one of our high school, college students come through a design, but the design competition is open to all. Please design the shirt. There are guidelines in the e-news. Please submit your designs to Ellie Short over the next couple of weeks. If you have any questions, please contact Ellie. And our Thursday film series starts in July. Tikkun Olam presents Best of Enemies with a viewing and discussion in 4 parts. It's based on the relationship of a Black activist and a KK leader in 70s North Carolina. Next week, there will be no Lunch and Learn. Watch for in the following week. And finally, when it comes to connecting together, we have a congregational survey upcoming starting on Monday, June 22nd. It's in conjunction with the Union of Reform Judaism, URJ. Will help us gauge not only where we are with the pandemic, but also help us benchmark with our sister congregations across the country. We are anxious for your input. And so please just take the few minutes to fill it out. Personal information will not be collected and or used by the URJ. A quick reminder, Donna DeSantis is open for helping us use grocery script weekly at not costing a penny more. Shira and me can reap the benefits of your grocery dollars. We cover Giant, McCaffrey, ShopRite, Acme, and Redner's. And Donna is great enough to be able to accept Venmo, PayPal, and check, and would be delighted to deliver cards to you directly to your door in a touchless way on June 28th. If you are in need of help with job, Fred Fisher is leading our Shira and Me Career Network. Please contact him directly. As soon as the group is big enough, we will have regular meetings. Singing with the Cantor is next Wednesday at 2. You can wake up and have coffee with caffeinate with Rabbi Briskin on Tuesday and Thursday, and close the Thursday night off with him with a nightcap on Thursday evening. So, thank to you, Cantor and Rabbi, for our physically remote but spiritually near service. Many thanks to our outgoing 1921 board. I am very grateful to have been able to work with such a talented and passionate bunch on behalf of our community. A special thanks to Wendy, Joe, Nancy, and Melissa, who gave so much of their talents and time to Shira and me. Mazel tov to our incoming 2021 board. And I'm looking as well to work with you as we sustain and grow our Hub of Reform Judaism here in Bucks County. And especially warm welcome to Brandon, Ellen, and Mark. We look forward to getting to know each other and working together. Honestly, this installation was only recently scheduled for this Shabbat. I had wanted us to delay until we could be in person. I felt it was important that we uphold our traditions, especially the passing of our Torah, Lador Vador, across the generations of Shira and Me's leadership. But recently, Rabbi Chuck broached the idea of observing installations sooner, closer to our traditional data celebration. And in thinking about it, the rabbi had a point. Throughout history, Jews have celebrated and observed no matter the external distractions. And tonight we are doing just that. Now is the time for installation, no matter the county being in some COVID color or another. Yes, we'll miss the traditional Torah procession, but with our past presidents gathering tonight, demonstrating their enduring support for Shira and Me, and a special note of shalom and thanks to our Temple Shalom and Shira and Me past presidents who have joined us tonight. We are deeply grateful for your past leadership, and thank you for your ongoing commitment and contribution to our community. Installation this virtual Shabbat shows our resilience. We can install our leadership while scattered across Bucks County. We are virtually close, our community nestled snugly on 18 to 24-inch screens. This evening, we are not in our familiar sanctuary. We are, however, embraced by the warmth of our Kehillah Kadosha, our holy and sacred community. And isn't that what we're really all about? Creating and nurturing our connections together. So yes, tonight we celebrated our board installation differently, but no less meaningfully. It's an example of how together we'll build a new culture for an even stronger, more sustainable Shira and Me. Tomorrow we'll show our resilience, resolve, and joy as we celebrate our confirmation class of 5780. And again, I invite you to join us as a community. We celebrate our growing community starting at 5 o'clock in our Zoom room. So on behalf of our community, to my other family, we are thankful to Mary and family number 1 for supporting my time and energy devoted to family number 2. Thank you for your love and support, family number 1. So we will return to gather in person in our building. Although much will be different, what endures is our mission. We are still devoted to spiritual growth, dedicated to learning, and still committed to making an impact and connecting together. The board and I are grateful for your trust, faith, support, and confidence. Again, happy Juneteenth, welcome summer, and a happy Father's Day to all our Shir dads, and Shabbat Shalom.
Thank you, John, for your words and Mazel Tov. I just wanted to take just a quick moment. We're going to use a feature here on our, hopefully if you have it on the screen. So for those of you who have a laptop or a desktop, on the bottom it says reactions. For a moment, I would like all of our board members for a moment just to go to the thumbs up icon. It looks, I'll do mine, I'm not a board member, it looks like that. Everyone do that so we can see who you are, so people can kind of see your faces on the screen. I had prepared this whole fancy sheet and everything with the names of everyone, and I forgot to put it up. I apologize, John, but we can see who our board members are. So flip through, and thanks to all of you who are here tonight to celebrate with us.
I think the thumbs up are wholly appropriate. So that's
there you go.
Perfect way to identify ourselves.
Also see Robin Firestone and Jason Cohen, who don't have the screens right now, might not be able to do it. So thank you all. And just also want to take just another, just to honor folks for a second as well. On our, tonight we have a number of our past presidents who are here. So if our past presidents, if you could also use the thumbs up icon and let us know who you are so we can honor and thank you for helping to get us to this place. And you are thanking God every day that you are not the president right now in this time of COVID. I'm sure. So our past presidents, use a thumbs up or a wave or something. Okay. There you go. Got it. Arthur, Becky, I see Harvey there. Who else? I'm going through here as well. Ken.
Alan.
Alan is who's there? Okay.
Arthur.
Yeah.
Arthur, Debbie.
Alan, your thumb's not up. Alan Steinberg's thumb should be up.
Ken Bieber, Harvey Goldberg,
Great.
Nancy
Alan
Sidgwick.
Rosenberg,
Oh, Nancy Sideritz. That's on there.
Sideritz.
Great. So if we missed you, we thank you. We're sorry. It's a little harder to do this. Usually you can just look onto the congregation and say, oh, wait, there they are, sitting in their regular places. Unfortunately, on the Zoom screen, you all move around week in, week out. So thank you. We're going to begin to conclude our service. The poem before we recite Kaddish together. On page 291 or 595. There are stars up above so far away, we only see their light long, long after the star itself is gone. And so it is with people that we loved. Their memories keep shining ever brightly, though their time with us is done. But the stars that light up the darkest night, these are the lights that guide us. As we live our days, these are the ways we remember. We continue to observe the first 30 days of remembrance for Ruth Stevens, David Grossman, Stephen Mazes, Sina Pachter, Adele Sheckman, and Aileen Sokler. And we remember those who died at this season in years past, whose Yortzeit will fall next week and whom we remember by name tonight. Florence Aqua, Jerome Boxman, Thelma Buster, Michael Kogan, Sally Davidson, Judith Deitch, Abe Falkowitz, Michael Fishbein, Abraham Goldberg, Barry Allen Goldstein, Marshall Gordon, Mary Helfand, Woodrow Hunter, Max Katz, Marion Kraut, Sherman Kreiner, his first Yortzeit, Caroline Levine, Irving Levy, Anna Miller, Phoebe Miller, Mayor Miller, Solomon David Nisim, Elsie Olinsky, Morris Rudnick, Yetta Schneider, Isaac Schwartz, Ellen Seligman, Mayor Shapiro, Robert Tomajan, Philip Weissman, Jane Wilcox, Dorothy Walensky, Vladimir Zolotarev. If you're remembering someone tonight and I neglected to share the person's name, I invite you simply to unmute yourselves and share the person's name aloud.
Miles Buckman.
Dave Cohen.
Zichronam Livracha, may the memory of all of our beloved and righteous ones be for a blessing. But everyone who is in a position to stand to please do so if you're able, and I'll invite those specifically who are saying Kaddish to unmute yourselves and say Kaddish together. The rest of us muted will join you as well. Yitkadal v'yitkadal ve'rabah ve'alma yivra kirutei v'yamli malchutei v'chaye ho uvchaye demo et Yisrael v'adama man karim amen. Hey Shmei Rabba Muvarach Alam Ulamei Amayam Yitbarach Yishtabach Yitpar Yitramah Yitnaseh Yithadar Yitaleh Yitala Shmei Ela Mincho Birkata V'Kirata Tufkata V'Nechemata Amiran Bilma V'Ibru Amen. Yehei Rabba Mishmaya V'Chayim Aleinu Yisrael V'Imru Amen. Asher Shalom Dimama Uyase Shalom Aleinu Yachol Yisrael V'Imru Amen. May the one who creates harmony on high bring peace to us and to all Israel, to which we say Amen.
Amen.
Shalom Brahma Uyase Shalom Aleinu ve'akol Yisrael ve'yimeru Amen.
Cantor, before we conclude with Kehillah Kedoshah, I don't know if you want to introduce it, but I just wanted to mention something, and I forgot before, is there's a tremendous loss among our young people not being able to go to our URJ camps or specialty camps this summer. But something that's extraordinary is not only a URJ camp on the go, but also every Sunday night throughout the course of the summer, many of those musicians who basically make their way from camp to camp, week in, week out, are sharing concerts and sharing their music. I can't remember when Dan Nichols is playing. I know that he will be, and this is what reminded me. But I encourage you, we'll put something up on our website and try to get something linked onto our Sunday e-news if we can. But I encourage you to, just for an hour or so, hear some of the great music that's coming out of our Reform movement. The song from Dan Nichols in a moment, Kehillah Kedoshah. This Sunday especially is Nefesh Mountain. Nefesh Mountain was supposed to be our Giver Shabbat this past April. They're scheduled for November, but I don't know if that's going to happen in person quite yet. But there are plenty of opportunities to see Nefesh Mountain and get a taste of what they can bring to us. But otherwise, we're going to conclude with Kehillah Kedoshah. I'll have the words in a moment. Cantor, anything you want to say about this song? Or
So I just wanted to share these words. Kehillah Kedoshah, like John said, is a holy community. And what a holy moment for us to come together to install our board, to wish our board that is stepping down, the members that are stepping down from our board really well, for all the things that they've done, for all the things that our board will do, especially during this time. We each add something to create this holy community of Shirami.
If you are a Tam, then we're Nitzavim. We stand here today and remember the dream. If you are a Tam, then we're Nitzavim. We stand here today and remember the dream. Kehillah Kedoshah, Kehillah Kedoshah, Kehillah Kedoshah, Kehillah Kedoshah. Lai, 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 lai. Oh, lai, 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 lai. Each one of us must play a part. Each one of us must heed the call. Each one of us must seek the truth. Each one of us is a part of it all. Each one of us must find the joy. each one of us. Kedosha, Kehila, Kedosha, Kehila, Kedosha, Kehila, Kedosha. Each one of us must start to heal. Each one of us must sing the song. Each one of us must do the work. Each one of us must right the wrong. Each one of us must build the home. Each one of us must hold the home. Each one of us. Kehila, Kedosha, Kehila, Kedosha, Kehila, Kedosha, Kehila, Kedosha. It's how we have. It's how we give. It's how we pray. It's how we hear. It's how we live. It's how we have. It's how we give. It's how we pray. It's how we hear. It's how we live. Hashem, then we're Nitzavim. We stand here today and remember the dream. If you are Hashem, then we're Nitzavim. We stand here today and remember the dream. Yai, lai, lai, yai, lai, 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 yai, lai, 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 yai, lai, lai. Oh, lai, 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 yai, lai, 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 yai, lai, 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 yai, lai, lai.
Shabbat shalom, everyone.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom. Everyone can unmute yourselves and say Shabbat shalom. Put something in the chat box wishing everyone
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom, everyone.
Shabbat
shalom. Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom.
Breakout rooms.
Stay safe.
Happy
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Mazel
Shabbat
tov to the
shalom.
new
Shabbat
boy to
shalom.
Jeremy.
Shabbat shalom.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were there. I think it's time to leave the meeting. And from this computer, everyone stay online if you want to go into a breakout room.
Everyone, Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom, Weisses. Shabbat shalom, Lenore. Great to see you, Becca. Sharon, too.
Okay, Ben.
I haven't seen you guys in forever. Nice to see you, Rona. Happy birthday yesterday, Ben, and happy birthday today, Debbie. Thank you.
I'm leaving. And Rabbi, he had no drive-by.
What? No, that's all right.
No drive-by. Men don't do drive-bys.
There you go. That is true.
Men don't do drive-by.
Okay, I'm gonna breakout rooms.
Bye.
I'm gonna put folks into a couple of breakout rooms. If one of them if they get really small, I'll just combine everyone. So, in here.
Shabbat shalom, everybody. Shabbat shalom.
All right.
Shabbat shalom.
Got all messed up. Oh, is that back to it?
That's what's left of the main session.
Okay, get out of it then. Can't you just turn it off? That's what I do. I just turn things off.
Yeah, who? Do you know her?
Yeah, that's the president of our new Thames House, Eileen.
It's not a Facebook thing.
I have no idea. I don't know. You don't want her Facebook. Trust me, you don't want her Facebook.
You don't? Why?
She's a Trump supporter. She's a
Oh,
Republican. And you're all crap. I don't want to see that stuff.
This is what's left of the meeting.
Okay, well then just turn it off. So what I
you don't have quite as much chicken to eat,
Why not?
because Newman had a piece.